Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Team Eagle's monthly Monday evening Zoom. You know, for many years, we've done these weekly, but to be honest, there are so many great calls at the moment every week that out of respect for your time, we kind of felt that maybe once a month is good for us Team Eagles to get together and to celebrate things and welcome new people and so on. So for those of you on the call tonight or listening to the recording, as you know by now, I'm sure we are Mick and Jenny Daly, National Marketing Directors in your support line, living in the beautiful mountains of Colorado. You know, Colorado is beautiful at any time of year, but summer is definitely my favorite. So, as always, we love to welcome new people to Team Eagles who have joined us in the last few weeks, but there are so many, as Mick just said, 29 new reps have joined Team Eagles, and as Sandy Guest pointed out, 11 of them are from Texas, several other states as well. There are so many that we're not going to go through and welcome each one of you by name. They are listed there at the Team Eagles Facebook group. You can see the page on your screen in front of you, both the newcomers and also their sponsors. So a very warm welcome to everybody who has joined Team Eagles. You are definitely in the right place at the right time. You're in for a fun ride. And we're just thrilled that you've decided to join our mission to inspire healthy living around the world, because that's what it's all about. As well as welcoming new people to the team, we also like to recognize promotions and success. And so there are 3 promotions that I want to reference this evening. First of all, congratulations to 2 of these new people who have started off with a healthy living plan, the 500 points, $100 bonus, promotion to direct distributor. And they are Carolyn Berry in Arizona, sponsored by Val Cooper. And this just goes to show how you can work this business anywhere in the world, because Val has been in England for the last month or so, I think, and Carolyn is in Arizona. And even though Val's not right here, both she and I are keeping in touch with Carolyn, and she has done her HLP, so congratulations. And also Marlena Kova in Nevada, sponsored by Christina Sutton. So congratulations, Marlena, as well. I encourage both of you to not to stop there, but to continue and complete your 2,000 plus. We do, in fact, have a 2,000 pluser to recognize tonight, and that is our very own Sue Parker here in Colorado. And Sue has done her 2,000. She has sponsored a rep on her team. Actually, she sponsored several reps on her team already. The $250 bonus is on its way from the company, and she is, effective June 1st, a virtual franchisee. So, congratulations, Sue. I'm going to talk more about Sue and hopefully talk to Sue in a moment. But first of all, Mick, do you want to just talk quickly about the contest?
Well, that's it. You can see the leaderboard. You can see who is in 3rd place. Congratulations, Jenny Daly. And Jenny Daly is in 3rd place because of Sue Parker's 2,000 plus. So thank you, Sue, for putting Jenny there. My only comment about this would be that just because Jenny features in the top 10, Jenny doesn't get entries in the random drawing for the indie contest. And just because Jenny features on that leaderboard, it doesn't mean to say that someone who would have featured in the top 10, how would I put this? Jenny's being there hasn't stopped you from being in the top 10. So Val and Becky will both get entries in the contest. Didn't explain that very well.
Hey, I wonder who made these rules that I don't. That's okay. All right, now maybe I should also mention, those of you who are on another call recently will know that we did change the rules slightly, and that there's more money on the table now, because Sue will be receiving a check for $50 when we see her on Friday this week. But if she comes to conference Indianapolis in October, she will get a further check of $100. So basically what I'm saying is we're awarding $150 to the contest winner each month. They get $50 immediately and a further $100 if they come to conference. And that, of course, will cover the cost of the conference ticket. If they choose to use it that way, that's entirely up to them.
And in case there's any confusion, Karen Varnado, she did receive $100, and we changed the rules after Karen won the contest in April. So
Okay.
Karen will get 50 in Indy, but Sue and everyone else who wins the contest each month between now and October will get 50 in the mail and 100 when we see them in Indy.
Do you think there's just a little bit of incentive there to get people to come to conference?
That's the idea.
Okay, Sue, let me see if, there we go. Okay, there she is. Okay, good. We're so glad you're on the call tonight. This has been an amazing ride for you. We're so proud of what you've done. And I just want to share just very briefly how this all came about. You know, Sue and Randy and their family, they've been friends of ours for many, many years. We got to know them when we lived in Glenwood Springs, members of our previous church over there. And Sue and Randy and the kids were on Juice Plus about, gosh, I think 12, 13 years ago in the Children's Health Study, and stayed on it for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years. And then, you know, what life gets in the way, things change. I don't know exactly why they stopped taking it, but they did. And then there was an event coming up here in Colorado about 6 weeks ago now, maybe 7 weeks ago. As you can imagine, living in a very small mountain town, not a lot happens here. So we were very excited when we learned that Dr. Mitra Ray and Doug Barlow, along with Jeff and Tony Olson, were coming into town and doing an event. So, you know, you have to walk the walk as well as talking the talk. So I made my list of names. Who do I know that's within about a 30-minute drive of where this event was taking place? And I spent quite a lot of time inviting about 50 people to come to this event. Well, the majority didn't, what a surprise, but quite a few of them did. And amongst those were Sue and Randy. And I think even Sue, you actually had a different commitment for that evening, which you decided to change in order to come and join us. So I'm so happy that you did, and thank you for that. But Sue and Randy came, and can you tell us, Sue, what was it that caught your attention, and why, after all this time, did you suddenly decide to jump in? Because you've never been on our team before. You were always a very happy customer. But what was it about that event that made you decide that you wanted to join us on this mission?
I think two things. One, Randy said, let's do this. And whenever he's interested in health things, I'm like, let's do it. I'm in. But the second was seeing the Tower Garden. I was totally blown away.
Absolutely. And it's so interesting because, you know, you didn't hear much about that Tower Garden that evening, if anything. It was a presentation about Juice Plus. Mm-hmm. And yet there was something somebody said or something you saw that caught your attention. And I have a feeling that timing may have been something to do with it as well. That's typically what we find. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Yeah. So, you know, we followed up with Sue and said, well, how did you enjoy the evening? And she said, well, yeah, Randy and I, we decided we want to do this. And so she's been just amazing. Not only in using us, because, you know, as a sponsor, it doesn't matter whether you're an NMD or a VF or a sales coordinator, whatever, but when you sponsor somebody into the business, you have a certain responsibility to link arms with that person and to help them in any way you can. And so I think Sue would agree that we've done that. We do live about an hour away, but we've been over a few times now. We've done some presentations for her. We've done some one-on-one training. We're heading over there on Friday again. And I think you've sponsored, 3 reps onto your team. Your volume, those of you who have been in the business for a while will understand that Sue has actually got a qualified business before she's even a VF. Her volume was over 1,000 this past month, which is just awesome. But I also have to credit her with taking a lot of initiative of her own as well, because you've also met with other people, you've shared Juice Plus, you've shared the Tower Gardens and so on.
Well, I have to say, you and Nick have been the most incredible support team. Every time I call with a question or anything I need, you're saying, yes, how can we help? And it just has been a blessing to me in a big way.
Well, we appreciate that. But as I said, when you love what you do, it's certainly never a hardship. And most of our communication has been by texting, hasn't it?
Mhm. It
Yep.
has.
That's a sign of the times.
It is. Yeah.
Mick, do you want to add anything?
It's just fun to be a couple, working with a couple. Vinny and me working with Sue and Randy. And they're an amazing couple. I hope you get to meet them in Indianapolis. They, their lives are just one long adventure. and we love that about you guys. So it's a joy when this business can further cement an already strong relationship between friends.
Absolutely. And of course, although I said it was the Tower Garden that really caught their attention, and Sue has just gone gangbusters with these things, and her own is doing very well too. But one of the first things you did after that evening was to get the whole family back on Juice Plus.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
It's been a great team. I feel so much better.
good. Glad to hear it. Okay, well, we're thrilled to have you on board, Sue. Don't stop there. We'll talk on Friday. We'll talk about fast tracking to sales coordinator with a $500 bonus. So that's the next step.
I'll just do one step at a time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Mick.
Okay, so I wanted to segue from what Sue has done with a little bit of help from us over this past, it's not much more than 6 weeks, to the 90-day game plan, because it would be fair to say that Sue didn't start her virtual franchise with any particular game plan, but she allowed us to guide her step by step and managed to set a pace for herself that was both very doable. It wasn't aggressive, but she understood the value in having simple goals, doing the HLP, doing the 2000 plus, booking us to come over and do a couple of in-home events with and for them. And even for a person who doesn't have aggressive goals, I think it would be fair to say that those steps that Sue understood were going to take her where she wants to go. And we don't want to number it, but Sue, we've calculated that your income from your check and your bonuses over this past just few weeks is really very decent indeed. The 90-day game plan, which if you've looked at the document that I put it at our team Facebook group back right after the Anaheim conference, and then I put another version of it there with the date starting today, June 5th.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, that would look to be a little aggressive. Let me bring up that page, Facebook page. Go over here to Files. And it's interesting. I seem to have lost the 90-day game plan, which was there.
It's at the top. It's the very
No,
top.
that's the 90-day program.
Oh,
So I'm going to have to bring it up another way. Interesting. I will make sure I add this.
You want me to come back and get you?
No,
Well, I don't want to interrupt. Sorry. I'm learning.
I'm muting you, Sue. Okay, so the 90-day game plan that should be at the Team Facebook group page, but I will add it there. This is the essence of the game plan for those who want to be serious. And as I say, this may look aggressive to some of you, but the point I would make is that a lot of you have a plan, have a goal, have a strong desire for a promotion, an achievement by the Indianapolis conference this coming October. A number of you have made a commitment to fast track to sales coordinator. Several of you have made a commitment to fast track to senior sales coordinator. And the point I would make, looking at this 90-day game plan, is that if you are serious about making those fairly aggressive goals, achieving those promotions, then you need to do something differently from what you have been doing. If you continue working at the pace you've been working, that's perfectly fine. Trust me. I'm not saying anyone needs to be this aggressive. But to make those aggressive goals, it's going to take some higher levels of activity, more focus, and more commitment to determination. And this one-page document gives you a schedule. It gives you a plan for how to go about that. As I said, this is entirely optional. I just realized I'm not screen sharing, am I? Come on, Daly. I should be showing you this, and I'm not. There it is. So that 90-day game plan may look aggressive, but it's what a serious person is going to commit to. It's what they're going to use to set their monthly plan, their weekly plan, and their DMO, their daily method of operation. Now, interestingly, a number of you have joined another Facebook group, which has, I think, 860 people in the group, and it's called the 90-Day Game Plan. The group was created by and facilitated by a senior sales coordinator, and that group, that's not what I'm looking at. That group has created, and that senior sales coordinator has created her own 90-day program document, which I posted earlier today in our team Facebook group. And this is really pretty darn good stuff, I have to say. It rings true for those of us who've been doing this Juice Plus business for quite a while. So it's there for those of you who want it. For those of you who want some support, some help with a 90-day game plan, obviously we're here for you too. So Amanda Schneider, I'm going to put you on the spot because you didn't have a 90-day game plan, but by golly, you worked with that kind of intensity to get you to senior sales coordinator a couple of months ago. You've got people on your team. You are coaching some folks on your team with some pretty aggressive goals. What do you think about setting a 90-day game plan, especially something that begins today, ends at the beginning of September? So if a person with that kind of intensity or something close to that, if a person works like that and then they still have a month before close of business before the Indianapolis conference in October, because they'll still have the month of September, that momentum will carry them through the end of September. That's a recipe for achieving the goals that people want to achieve, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Yeah, I haven't taken a look at the 90-day game plan. I just saw it briefly when you had it up there, and I'm very intrigued and want to go check it out. And
you just got home from a week's vacation in Colorado.
Yeah, Aaron's very excited to see you and Jenny, by the way. Jenny and Mickey is what he said, yes.
Hey, buddy.
But no, I like the intensity and the focus and the outline, because it gives you something to follow instead of just kind of just blindly doing massive action. It's just, it really gives you some steps. So.
Even blindly doing massive action would be pretty good too.
It does work. It definitely does work.
But you didn't blindly do massive action to get you to senior sales coordinator. You were focused. You were
I was pretty focused. Yeah, and I did some team contests, and that really helped. And it wasn't me. It was my awesome team that just pulled together. So.
Yeah. Is anyone on this Zoom tonight who's ready for a 90-day game plan? Aaron. Everybody's very silent.
Hey, Mick.
Yeah.
It's Linda in Delaware. How are you?
Hey, Linda. It's late where you are.
It is, but I'm good. I've glanced over it, but I was going to print it out and look over it. It makes me a little nervous, but I feel like I need to do nervous.
Thanks for admitting that. It's just an example. It's not something that I would expect many people to 100% go with. But it begins with, I'll screen share it again. It begins with a goal that's called the Triple Crown, which if a person did this each month for 3 months, by golly, would it get you ahead. And this, in a way, it's what we saw Sue Parker do, not with her team, but we helped Sue to get those orders. We helped Sue to do her HLP. We helped Sue to complete her 2000 plus. And there's nothing special about us helping Sue to do that. If we can find the right person, and if we can show them what this looks like, that it's very doable to get to that 2000 plus. It doesn't take an extraordinary person or an extraordinary amount of effort to get this done. If it's planned, if they have the right support, the right encouragement, and the right motivation. So, yes, somebody might feel a little nervous, but that's okay. We always say, you set the pace and we'll match your pace. So a person's pace doesn't have to be that fast a pace, but we have people who want success. They want to achieve their goals. They want those promotions. And for those people, we need to be honest with them to say, fast track to sales coordinator, fast track to senior sales coordinator by Indianapolis. Yeah, it's absolutely doable. And this is what it's going to take to do it. Okay.
Mick, where was that? It's on Team Eagles?
It's our Team Eagles Facebook group, Cheryl.
Oh, okay.
I will add it back again because it seems to have disappeared. As soon as we're done, I will add it back there. It'll be in files. And I know some of you are in that other 90-day game plan Facebook group amongst the 860. Marie Solomon, I think you're one. And you're muted, maybe you can't talk. But I noticed quite a few of our Team Eagles are in there too. Okay, so that's about as much as I wanted to say tonight. Sue Parker, congratulations. I think we probably lost Sue.
Well, yeah, she apologized. She had to leave. She's driving home to get on the call with this new rep that we have a three-way with at 8.
Right. Okie dokie. So thanks everybody for being on. The contest started again. New month, new winners, new leaderboard. And the 90-day game plan begins today. So you'll see a lot more posts in our Facebook group about the 90-day game plan. And whether you participate or not, I think these posts will be helpful to everybody. All right, have a great Juice Plus week, everybody. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye for now.